our universe?
The CayVin universe.
Oh, yes. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for hanging out with us.
Yeah.
If you're new to the show, thank you. Make sure you hit that subscribe button.
Like the video?
Yeah, exactly. Help us keep doing what we're doing.
Yes.
If you're returning, thanks for coming back. Welcome back. And go ahead and check out, help support us by checking out more of our bonus content on Patreon and checking out our merch.
Yeah.
We got some good merch up in there in the merch store, mainly focused on our logo rather than spreading our name out, trying to, put that on every shirt. We more want to push our logo, so go ahead and check that out. Check out the cool designs we have up there.
And girls' biker shorts.
Yeah, exactly. So I went a little crazy and we put up a lot of stuff.
Yeah, we did.
We might have to take some stuff down. We'll see. But, hey, if you want it, it's there.
Yeah.
So, yeah, go ahead and check that stuff out. But, yeah, Thanksgiving was pretty cool.
Yeah, we're a little late.
Yeah, we're a little late. We were going to post Thanksgiving episode, but, we're late on this episode even. Yeah, and it's crazy life, people, I'm sure how y'all's week was crazy.
Everybody had a hectic week, I think.
Yeah, exactly. So we hope you enjoyed your Thanksgiving.
Yes.
We did. I'm going to take a moment to give you props. I really hate when people post like Thanksgiving plates. I'm sure I didn't really see much this year. I'm sure that's people don't, because people know it's like annoying and like you post the same thing, but I need to go ahead and just post my plate right there. It's our show. We're gonna go ahead and post that. Yeah. Just because what the heck is going on over here?
Ladybugs.
There's like ladybugs in here. We live out in the middle of nowhere country. I guess it's ladybug season.
Yeah, they're everywhere.
Got a bunch of ladybugs flying around here. But yeah, it was really good Thanksgiving. This was your first Thanksgiving dinner.
My first time ever cooking a turkey.
Exactly, that you put together. Small little function we had with just you, me, and my dad.
Yeah.
I was gonna say you, me, myself. What technically
myself,
and
my
split personality was there. But yeah, so it was really good, and I've told you this many times that I'm really proud of you. You did really good for your first Thanksgiving dinner that you made, and you made a lot of food.
I was very proud.
We've been eating.
Yeah, it was very. Yeah.
As we're recording, it's probably the last day, but we've been eating it for like 5 days already.
Literally,
because we do, like I said, live in the middle of nowhere, and it's not that easy to go to town. But yeah, there was that. So we hope y'all had a great Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Whether Thanksgiving's always been. It's been a crazy. I don't know. I look at it in two ways, because one way I look at it, like my mom. That's kind of like was the big family function.
Yeah.
Was Thanksgiving, because my mom was known for her cooking and in our family how good of a cook she was, and she always made the biggest Thanksgiving feast, and it was always great.
Yeah.
So I miss that a lot. Of course, I'm always gonna miss that, and I'm always gonna miss her. But and then there's another side of Thanksgiving where it's like the past 5 years I spent 2 of the past 5 years with my mom on Thanksgiving. It's like because my family's always been spread out and stuff, and it just wasn't as easy to get together for Thanksgiving. So it's like I don't really have as many like adult Thanksgiving memories with my mom. Like I said, only 2. Other than after I moved out, I guess you can say. Of course I always gonna have those from childhood, and sometimes that's really all like a lot that I have to look at is childhood memories, because I think America is the only country where like society teaches us like, hey, independence, when you turn 18 you leave, we put our mothers and fathers and elderly people in homes. We just forget about them. We're just we're doing our thing, we're chasing our dreams, we're focusing on our career, trying to chase our money, trying to chase our women. We just don't even worry about the people that raised us. And sometimes when things like what's happened to our family happens, it kind of makes you sit down and put things into perspective and kind of realize like what's more important in life. It's maybe different for either people, or for anybody. Some people could legit come from maybe a bad family or a family they weren't connected to, so they're more focused on the career, or more focused on something else. But if you have a family that's been there for you, I mean, it's sometimes you have to realize that, and you can't take it for granted. So basically I don't mean to go off on a rant here. It just, no matter who you are, everyone that listens to this podcast doesn't have a perfect family. Like my family isn't perfect, so Thanksgiving is a time to just be thankful for what you have. And I think I got to be thankful for that, our little family that we have. You have family that you love dearly and you can't live without, and then there's people in your family that they love you like you would love a fish, where they just check on you like every week or two, and they're like, hey, you still alive?
The sad truth.
Yeah, okay, I'll check on you next month.
Yeah.
Anyway, what else we got? Cancel Taylor Swift.
No.
That's what I wrote down in my notes.
That's not the case here. We're not going to do that.
What's up with this? Okay, so first of all, she made millions exposing
Good for her.
all her ex-boyfriends and dudes that she's been with. And then now she's remaking more millions on these songs and getting all these girls riled up,
but it's not
hating
for the
their
millions.
boyfriends for no reason.
But it's not for the millions. It's for the fact that that's why everything is abbreviated Taylor's version, because now she owns the songs, because before she didn't. She wrote her own songs always, and she didn't even own them. So good for her.
Wait, how did she not own them? That's her fault for messing that up.
Yeah, but she was a kid when she started, I think. So
she thinks she knows.
Well, she found a way around it. She's been able to do this.
Well, she still acts like a kid. Why is everyone hating on Jake Gyllenhaal for no reason now?
Because people have a different side to them that you don't know until they...
What, the rich and famous argue? like Taylor Swift does it. Like, she's so rich and famous and in control of her career and in control of her destiny. Does she not realize that normal people fight all the time?
Yes,
he just because she tried to hold his hand, he pulled it away. He wasn't even realizing he hadn't seen his friend in years, and she won't even let him do that.
She didn't have an issue.
Oh my god.
She didn't have an issue with that. It was the fact that he didn't have to be such a dick.
Taylor Swift is a type, because I bet she subconsciously knows that if a relationship goes sour, she knows that she's gonna make a song and make money and get more fame and fortune out of it. So do you think subconsciously when she gets into this relationship and she gets to a fight, she probably refuses to let herself know the truth and refuses to let herself be wrong, because subconsciously she knows I'm right, because either way, if I'm wrong in this relationship, I'm going to be right by writing a song about it. So it's like she almost doesn't even want, she doesn't even try to have a perfect relationship or try to have a good relationship or try to, resolve these fights, because at the end of the day, does she really care?
I mean,
because she's the type, like I said, some people don't care more about the career and care more about money, care more about fame. Exhibit A.
Yeah, but
instead of settling down, and I'm sorry, I'm not letting you talk, but instead of settling down and instead of finding a guy and having a family, she knows that she can be the bachelorette lifestyle till she's 60, writing songs about guys, and guess what? She's gonna have a whole generation of women that are gonna follow her, and they're gonna be single till they're 60, and they're gonna think it's okay because Taylor Swift did it, and they're gonna ruin their lives.
Yeah, but Taylor Swift's not ruining my life. We're still in love.
I mean, I'm not saying everyone, a small percentage. 10%. Okay, out of all the Taylor Swift fans, 10% are crazy obsessed and think it's okay that they don't have a relationship because Taylor Swift doesn't.
Yeah, but the funny thing about it is that what you're saying is just something that a guy would say, because I have my friends that are kind of like, they agree with me, and of course they're girls, and they come and they literally tell me like, oh, I literally had this one friend that literally messaged me. It was like, I'm sitting here arguing with her boyfriend's name and over Jake Gyllenhaal and Taylor Swift. I was like, literally
side.
Me too.
He knows what's up.
Yeah, no. He knows what's up.
I mean, at the end of the day, maybe that's what it is. You're always gonna have that perspective. It's different.
Yeah,
it's just different. So there's nothing wrong with that, but I still think I'm right.
But I still think I am.
Well, fair enough. We'll agree to disagree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I don't understand what's going on with her. But anyway, what else do we have? I don't know why I wrote this in my notes, but I just wrote 5 Below sucks.
5 Below does suck. Are we in agreement that from here on out that we will never ever go to a 5 Below again?
We spent so much money.
We spent $100 that day, and I would pretty much bet that the only good thing we got from there were like the candy.
Like I said, we live in the middle of nowhere, so when we go to these places, it's like we know we're not going to go
splurge.
for a while. So we'll check.
Yeah, the nearest 5 Below is an hour away, so you know damn well that we're going to be going to the 5 Below. Especially because I had never been to one before, and it was a one and only time. Because just naming just a few things, like I said, only the candy was the good thing about that place, because it was very nostalgic, candy, right? 90s candy, like, oh, I had this when I was a kid. And literally, I have this mirror that's like supposed to be LED mirror. Well, the other night I used it and I accidentally left it on. The next morning I woke up and it's literally just blinking.
Everything we got from there sucks.
Yeah, the button wouldn't work. And then I can just name a few other, cosmetic things, machines that I purchased that literally don't work anymore.
like I said, Five Below is just like the dollar store for our generation. Because
Yeah, that's true.
we don't mind spending, because I guess our generation thinks that we know that $1 is usually too cheap for like
Yeah.
certain items, like the items they
Yeah.
have at Five Below. So our generation wouldn't mind paying $5 for the nostalgia and the
Yeah.
this is cool. I'm gonna buy a shadow box so I can take pictures of things I sell
Still
on
haven't
eBay.
used it.
I haven't sold one thing on eBay yet.
Oh my god, we haven't even made our $5 back from the little photo
I
booth.
said we'd make it back, didn't I?
Yeah.
Man, that store sucks. Why do people shop there?
Well,
Like I said, for the nostalgia, that's it.
Yeah.
It's like walking in a 90s time machine.
Yeah, exactly. But what I was gonna say, now that you're talking about the dollar store, I don't have it pulled up here as a current event, but you know that Dollar Tree is literally gonna be charging, instead of everything's $1, everything's not gonna be $1.25.
Wow.
Like everything. So I think
Inflation, people.
they'll
what
no
happens.
longer be Dollar Tree. I
You want to
feel
be greedy.
because I don't like Dollar General and I don't like Family Dollar, and it's for both of the reasons that when you go to a dollar store, you expect everything to be $1, but you go walk into Family Dollar and the cheapest thing is $10, but they think, oh, just because we have the word dollar, like it doesn't make any sense to me at all.
Yeah, I couldn't.
What?
Our set
Oh,
has been destroyed.
What
A
was-
motorcycle gang that drove by and shook the walls.
the motorcycle gang. All right, we just need to make a few adjustments after this.
Right. But anyway, let's get into some CayVin news.
Yes.
With craziest news stories of the week. We have a few this week just because we do have a
Yeah.
lot to get into this episode.
Yes.
If you did see the side of this episode, yes, it's CayVin and the UFO. We got a crazy UFO story coming up, and then we're gonna ask each other some space-related questions.
Yes, I like it.
So let's check out this CayVin news.
So
first.
I think this is you.
Yeah, this is a little bit older. So an amateur
Yeah.
diver found a 900-year-old
90.
sword. A 900-year-old sword.
Pretty much same thing.
But a 900-year-old sword. Look at that. The crustaceans and the barnacle
Oh
all
my
over
God.
it. Go ahead, look at that over there. Yeah,
The
this is some,
barnacles.
this is
Oh
some,
no, those are like seashells.
Yeah, it's
Whoa,
crazy.
that is cool.
So yeah, this is kind of some like Assassin's Creed type stuff.
Yeah.
So
It
yeah.
believed to have belonged to a Crusader knight.
Yeah,
Oh,
exactly.
that's
900
so
years ago in
cool.
the Mediterranean Sea. I want that.
Yeah.
I don't know what that is.
Oh, I know what that says. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I don't know where the site came from. A good thing we have the VPN on. NordVPN, people.
Yeah.
Get yourself some privacy on your web browsers. But there we go. 900-year-old sword. We don't have to play the video, but just
Yeah.
something to bring up. That's it's just pretty cool, man. There's
It is
pieces of
really
history
cool.
like that. I mean, most people look at that and think like, oh, okay, it's just a sword you found in the sea, but think about like where that sword's been, where it's traveled to.
Yeah.
If that
Whose
sword
hands
had
it's
eyes,
been in before.
yeah, exactly. What did it see?
Yeah.
I don't know, things like
Who
that.
did
just-
it stab?
Yeah, exactly. How many children and families did it kill? Sad truth, but that's the
Yeah,
crazy
that's
thing
true.
about history. That's why you should teach. I think schools should teach general history and like maybe elementary and then middle school get to a little bit rougher, and then
Yeah.
by high school teach the real history, man. I
Yep.
mean, I know there's college for that too, but let's face it, most people don't go to college because there's honestly a lot. That doesn't mean it's the only good route. There's a lot
Yeah.
of great routes after high school. You don't have to go to college, but
Yeah.
you can still be successful.
Exactly.
But general history, I think they should really teach the real history, and that's the problem.
Yeah.
Is we
I agree.
in schools you get such fabricated. It's like history is
Mhm.
meant to be crazy and kind of shitty, and so we can look back on it and think like, hey, let's not do that again.
Yeah.
But instead, most people just want to hide it away and only just give the general, like the people. It's like they teach the bullet points of history. It's like let's look between the lines.
It's like the stuff that y'all teachers are afraid to teach us. Just do it.
Yeah.
Because don't hold back.
Yeah, exactly. And the reason why I feel like that is like, I think it was junior year of high school. Mr. Walker, he was a coach. So there's some people still call him Coach Walker.
I
But,
had a Coach Walker.
Yeah, Mr. Walker.
Everybody loved
Sweaty
him.
Armpits.
No.
I felt bad for this dude. He was like a cool like imagine Walter White with hair. Like that's what he like from Breaking Bad. That's what he kind of reminded me of. And he had kind of like a raspy voice. You can tell he smoked cigarettes like all his life.
Oh.
And the people would make fun of him because every time his armpits would sweat. So it got to a point we'd have to use a laser pointer like that because anytime he lifted up his hands to point, you just see the
Oh
armpit.
my.
Kids are stupid. I didn't really care back then. But anyway, the reason why like I feel like I'm into history so much is because like teachers like that, man.
Yeah.
He was like when he talked about, because he talked about ancient history, and then he would even say like before he would say some crazy shit like, hey, this is little rough, but it's what happened, and he would go into it. and I could tell like that guy became a teacher because he was passionate about history. Like when he talked
Yeah,
about certain
that's
things
the
about
best.
history, like Genghis Khan, like he got like so into it, and he like certain things he got so excited about, and it was world history because like American history, Texas history, that's the thing we lack. Like our history is kind of different because we lack
Yeah.
like ancient artifacts really in
True.
our history, and like things we're constantly moving and building and all that stuff. We didn't really. There's really not much other than like mountains and like look at Mountain Rushmore.
Yeah.
That's we built that. It's you know what I mean.
That's
It's like
very
most of our
true.
stuff we just built.
You think they'll ever add on to Mount Rushmore?
I'm sure put Trump's face on there.
Oh my God.
But yeah, but anyway, my point is just like having teachers like that are passionate. Like one of my science teachers. It's why like some aspects of science is freaking confusing, but other aspects I'm into because how passionate she was when she talked about like certain things.
Yeah.
That makes good. But most people, most teachers that are just for a paycheck. So whatever. What do we got next?
A small paycheck.
Yeah, small paycheck and summer's off.
Yeah, right. So this is the only one that I had. I thought this was like you were talking about the thing, but
Oh no, that's from Martian Galaxy. So we only have two CayVin
we only
news.
have two
Technically,
CayVin
we only
news.
thought 2 crazy news stories of the week. So yeah, that's another thing. Send in your submissions. Send in your crazy news stories that you see because we can't see it all, people.
Exactly. So this one is actually, I guess we could just leave off on this pretty crazy one. I mean, I don't want to laugh because it's not funny. Sorry, but so an autopsy report says. Oh wait. An autopsy report says an Atlanta woman was stabbed 50 times and had the letters FAT carved into her chest. And so basically she was found in in a park in Atlanta. So whoever committed this, like, did this to her body and then also did it to her dog who was with her on her jog in a park and left her at the entrance of the park. So she was stabbed 50 times, including 15 times in the face. And then, she had fat carved into her chest.
Did they find the person?
No.
What a sick fuck.
I know. So responded to this. So she was on like a late night jog. Oh, that's not good. It's never good.
Why don't you have a weapon or something?
Yeah, I don't know.
Some people think the world is just butterflies and rainbows, and you got to be careful when you do things like that.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's her fault, but
no suspect has been identified in the stabbing.
Of course not, because
Yeah.
who can depend on that?
Oh my God, this is crazy. She was stabbed in the throat and at least 15 times in the face, including her eyebrows, eyelids, nose, and lips.
That's just somebody that's just sick and just wanted to just
somebody had something against her, I think. So that's what it seems like to me.
Oh, I thought. See, the way you're describing the murder, it's just somebody that just obviously is sick and just wants to like experiment with stabbing somebody in different parts and doing.
I don't think they're gonna do that in a public park. I think they're gonna kidnap them and take them somewhere else.
So it had to be somebody that.
It had to have been premeditated. Yeah.
Man.
I just thought that was
lady.
crazy. I know.
And that poor doggo.
I know. Yeah.
Wow, way to bring the mood down. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. This is part of the show. This is the crazy shit we're gonna have on CayVin News. So let's go ahead and moving on to a brighter side. Let's move on to some Mushroom Galaxy.
Oh, the GTA.
Yeah. So I just thought this is I don't know. This might be
this
older.
Is 3 minutes long.
We might have to scrub through it, but I don't know. I just every time I come across this video, it's hilarious. It might not find it hilarious, but it's anyway. The sound.
Oh.
So pause it, because for the people listening on audio, thank you for listening on audio. Like I've said, we do have a lot more people that listen on audio. So this is somebody playing GTA, and they're basically simulating that they're a drill sergeant at an airport trying to get a group of people together. So I think the audio does it best. So
okay.
It's perfectly fine.
I'm speaking, soldier. Don't fucking speak unless you're expecting fucking
What?
You're making me have a heart attack here.
Old age really gets to you.
Okay. All of the people in the goddamn lobby come to the fucking airport. We're building an army. Come on. I'll be waiting on the runway, you pussies. Oh, this guy's got it fucking down. Well
Whole
done,
milk.
whole milk. You're dressed for the occasion. I prefer 90% fat-free milk, but whole milk will do.
Starting to sound a little lactose intolerant, sir.
Come on.
What the fuck?
This reminds me of the guy from the drill sergeant from Full Metal Jacket. Yeah, just go ahead and get it up.
Nice things, you fucking milkshakes. Oh my god. Alright, is this all the recruits we got tonight? Army outfits, but you're not. Oh, you are now. You're lucky. You're lucky I was gonna shoot you right
What is
down
that
the head
quacking?
here, you dumbass bitch. Okay, what the fuck are you dressed in? That's not army outfit.
What the?
Don't. Hey,
Dude.
so what we're gonna do, gentlemen, I'm getting the fucking plane. We're going up to the highest altitude and jumping out. We're gonna do a picture of Get in. Oh, get the fuck in. Chase, go.
Wait, you missed you skimmed through the wrong part. You missed the wrong part.
That's why you should have been taken over because I haven't watched this before.
Sir, I promise.
You got a problem with me saying nerds?
Yes, sir, please say more.
Okay, nerd! Man, what the fuck are you doing? You better not grab it. What the fuck are you firing?
Oh my
We all
god.
here? Okie gentlemen, are we all here ready to go? I asked y'all a question!
I think I watched this too many times and it is becoming a little repetitive, but nonetheless, GTA is like the closest thing we have to like the metaverse that
Yeah.
Mark Zuckerberg wants to create.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, and everyone's against the metaverse. Like,
It's not even like a thing yet.
No,
right?
it's not gonna happen for another 5 to 10 years, people. So first of all, like Russell Brand, I love Russell Brand, but like most of his videos are just like straight up clickbait. He's all like talking about how the metaverse is gonna, spawn a demon, and how the Pope is freaking secretly has a layer underground, and how Donald Trump is like I swear, you talk about conspiracies, Eddie Bravo or not? Like I was gonna say, like Eddie Bravo, Russell Brand's like a clickbait Eddie Bravo, but anyway. Love the dude, but like people like him and like other people are like they think the metaverse is like so bad. It's really like a lot older people that I think like older generations.
Yeah,
there's nothing wrong with that. The way of thinking. If you think it's bad, you're gonna have your reasons. Like we said, perspective.
Yep.
Depending on your perspective, you're gonna have your reasons. But you do realize that the metaverse is like the closest thing we're gonna have to Ready Player One in our lifetime. So like. Bring it
Love
on.
that
Like
movie.
my like I said, depending on age doesn't matter depending on preference, because like my dad, is older in age, doesn't like, mess with computers or anything like that. Even he would be into something like that, he said. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's the closest thing we have to a Ready Player One style. So like, yeah, I'm all for this metaverse. Bring it
Yeah.
on, We're still going to have reality. It's not going to be freaking trailer parks stacked on top of each other like in that movie for real. Like it's a movie. Come on, people. But it's not going to even be as good as that movie. We're going to have,
the movie is
yeah.
obviously dramatized for look.
Exactly, but I'm just saying that for the people that say, things like, oh, wrestling's fake, but then their favorite show is like The Walking Dead and something. It's like, okay, you really think a zombie apocalypse going to happen? You want to say, you know what I mean? But anyway,
Walking Dead.
if the metaverse is going to be the closest thing we have to Ready Player One style living, bring it on.
Yeah.
What else we got?
Let's see here. What the?
Another video that gets me every time. What was she doing?
I don't know, but I have a shirt that looks like that.
Okay, great. And her boyfriend was not impressed when she was
I
dancing,
know.
or when she
Wait,
she
did
fell.
he even help her up?
No,
Probably
he was
not.
just like she was on the floor.
Oh man, it's hilarious.
My life is now or never,
Oh,
but I ain't gonna live forever.
So that's something I would do. So if you're listening on audio,
Ouch.
there's 3 guys going like it's a giant water slide.
yeah.
One of the ones like the kind of like it reminds me of the tornado one from Six
That's what I was
Flags,
gonna
but
say. Yeah, because you just go like.
yeah, but it's like a half. It's like a half pipe. It's like
Yep,
a half
half,
tornado.
yep.
Like the top's cut off basically.
Yes.
So of course there's like a ledge. So as soon as these 3 guys go down and go on the ledge, dude springs off the floaty and grabs on to the top
To
of
the edge of the wall.
To the edge of the wall, basically.
Yeah.
You could easily just flip over, but I would try something like that. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I hate roller coasters. I don't really hate roller coasters. It's just because I get I get motion sickness and shit.
Yeah.
But water parks, for some reason, I don't get motion sickness. I just love water parks.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
Could've
literally
died.
could have died. What do some of these comments say?
Oh, that one.
I can't read that in the translation.
Oh my
That's
god.
one thing. I want to learn Arabic. I want to learn
Oh, yeah.
Farsi. I want to learn
I had to
that
get
stuff.
kicked out of a water park.
Yeah, exactly. That would have to be the last word. Me and the boys. Play it
That's
again.
funny.
It's my life, it's
In the song. I love the song.
I know.
but I ain't gonna live forever.
I get a lot of I don't know why on my feed I get a lot of like Indian memes and Indian, like, maybe it's a VPN location that I have it set on. Or
Yeah,
something.
right.
I don't know,
Maybe.
I don't know, but I begin look up what's his name? Look up the Dolly Chai of India.
The who?
The Dolly Chai of
Oh
India.
yeah, I make you. The
I
Dolly
can't get
Chai.
enough of this dude's video. He's so I think he's cool. This is stuff I'm into, people. I don't know. No, is his name Dolly?
Deli?
Chai?
Is it Deli
Deli
Chai?
Chai? I don't know.
Oh, like, is that him?
No, that's not him.
Oh,
Where's he at?
I don't know. It just says how to make chai. Oh,
Is this him? Yeah, this dude.
this is him.
You literally told
Okay.
them to make.
All right, Joe
the
Rogan.
Star Trek
Like literally the
Boy,
ad
like
on every
ad on
video.
every YouTube video is Joe
Every.
Rogan trying to get people
Yeah.
to go to Spotify. Hey, hey, Spotify sucks. Okay, like halfway through a video, it'll just pause and not
Yeah.
want to play and shut down, and then half the time you can't even you click on a video and it's playing the next video. Like, Spotify, get your shit together.
Wasn't Spotify the one that had like our didn't have our most recent episode up? Like
yes.
everything else did.
If you listen to our audio on Spotify, like, let them know, because we had like 3 episodes up, and like I said, we're on a lot of apps, so it was a while before I checked.
Yeah.
But I went through and I was like, let me go and check on all the audio apps that we're on, make sure they all have our latest episode.
Yeah.
And I noticed Spotify's missing like the latest 3 at one
I
point,
wouldn't
and I'm
guess
like,
that.
"Wait." I literally had to contact them, and it took them 2 weeks to get it fixed. And they're like, oh, now it's fixed, it's all good now. And it's like, first of all, our hosting platform is by Spotify, so you can't even get it from our hosting platform to your master or to your flagship platform that's owned by Spotify. Like, what?
Like what even?
Yeah, that just hurts my brain. My brain is split in half
I
now.
can't fathom.
I can't think about it. Look up Dolly Chai.
The
This dude's
Dolly
cool.
Chai.
Look at this.
Is he
I
is
want
he
to
on a
meet this guy.
conference
Can we have
call?
this guy on a podcast?
Is he on a conference call?
He looks like it. This dude is
That's
running. This
me-
dude is running
me
a business.
while-
This is
while-
how you run a business in India.
Does this look like me while I'm at work working?
You at work? You're like, you doing like 12 things at once? What is that? Is that condoms back there?
Probably. Oi.
That's art. That's art. Look at this guy. If you're listening to audio, just look up Dolly Chai Chaiwala, WALA.
Wow.
I'd want that coffee.
Impressive.
Yes, and
It's
then
like
of course
a espresso. What is that? What kind of coffee
I
is
don't know.
that?
It looks good because I love coffee. I'm a coffee lover.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. I just like like I said, I'll sit there and I'll just watch this dude work. It's crazy.
Wow, the little cups.
Yeah, I'll take a break from editing, and this is what I do. I will smoke a cigarette, and I'll watch some Dolly Chai videos. Dolly Chaiwala.
Dolly Chaiwala. I love
Good
it.
stuff. Good stuff. But that's a lot of my feed that I get. So if you have stuff, send it in.
Yeah. Let's see here.
This looks like an episode or a level of Sonic or something, or Mario.
I was gonna say Mario Kart. Oh
Right?
my
Look at these
god,
turtles.
that's
So
amazing.
it's like turtles dancing around this
Who knew they could move this fast?
temple-looking area.
Look, somebody said I'm pretty sure this is CGI effects.
What?
Oh.
That I just saw it. I just saw the turtle. That is CGI. Man, this is bullshit. Turn this off.
Turn this
off. This is the problem. I know this is Instagram, but this is like Instagram Reels. So everyone that posts on TikTok posts on Instagram Reels now, and then YouTube has this YouTube Shorts. YouTube, get out of it. All right, you're not gonna get this YouTube Short.
What
Get
the
out of here.
fuck?
No, we're never gonna post a YouTube Short. That's just stupid. They're just trying to get in the game way late. But anyway, TikTok has already dominated the market. Instagram is a close second because let's face it, Instagram is what killed Vine. But you know what else killed Vine? Fake videos.
Yeah.
There's this one guy that, remember I told you I like literally followed him, and I don't follow anyone on TikTok because I'm barely getting into it myself after all these years, or because I remember when I would get ads for TikTok and it was still like a music app, and
It didn't blow
remember-
up until the quarantine.
Yeah, you remember that when TikTok? I was like, what is this shit? And then before I knew it, it was like Vine. That's basically what they did
Yeah.
right. But
Yeah.
the thing that ruined Vine, other than Instagram coming out with video, was that shit like this. Like I said, there was that one dude that I followed, and I would laugh my ass off all his videos. Now I see his videos, I don't even laugh because I know it's fake.
Yeah.
The whole
Yeah.
point of Vine and TikTok is supposed to be like kind of like either creative videos or like raw what's the word I'm looking for? Just like things that just like are raw and exciting.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But
Yep.
when everything's set up, it kind of just defeats the purpose. Like go to YouTube. Like that's what YouTube's for.
Yeah.
You know, just like I don't know, the dancing. At this point, I'm welcoming the dancing because at least you're showing something. You know, these people don't understand that people have been dancing in the mirror at themselves for generations.
Yeah.
Since probably mirror and music.
Basically what it is. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's just now people are doing it with cameras, so I understand that. That's fine, but it's like these fake videos is kind of what ruined Vine, kind of what made me get off Vine, and before I knew it, 2 years later, Vine was shut down. So it might ruin TikTok.
Man.
That's but maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just me because if you the good thing TikTok has is the algorithm. So if you're just put not interested and you like other stuff, you'll get a lot of the other stuff. So
yeah,
I definitely see the advantages of TikTok, and it's entertaining. But shit like this, it's like come on, like we literally put this on our show just to realize it was fake. And that just pisses you off.
Yeah,
it pisses me off. Then I'm stupid.
No, you're not stupid. No,
I didn't see it until you said it, and I should have read the comments. Normally I read the comments, but.
It's not your fault.
We make mistakes, people.
Yeah.
Everyone makes mistakes. Everyone has those days.
Everyone makes mistakes.
What have we got here? This is how your luggage can get stolen in the airport. This is how anything important that you check in under the plane can get stolen. Check this out. So yeah, that's a cabin in a plane. It's just a big roller, and they're just rolling all the luggage. So notice it's just like a little storage cabin. Look at it, he even took a nap if he wanted to. There's no cameras in there. The only camera in there is the one filming his TikTok. If he wanted to, he can open up every one of those suitcases and see what's in there.
Yeah.
No one would know.
Wow.
Isn't that crazy?
That is crazy.
Yeah, that's how they do it.
Wow.
Crazy.
This is how the Young Bucks got their shoes stolen?
Exactly. Yeah, the Young Bucks got their like $1,000 Jordan stolen. That's how. It's crazy.
Oh, wow.
Oh, and I think this is crazy. So, Mia Yim, if you're not a wrestling fan, by the way, Jobber Circle podcast will be back this weekend.
Yes.
We just got to, just how we did with CayVin Universe. It's a newer podcast that we're trying out. It's specifically about wrestling. So we're just working out the kinks, trying to figure out the layout and how we're going to do this show.
Yeah.
That's part of starting a podcast is trial and error, people. But anyway, Keith Lee and Mia Yim, this is good content for this. Like I said, that's our goal out here is to build a ring. And
we've been talking about it.
Yeah, we're probably gonna be wrestling, and the end of the year is coming up. We get the chubby season is almost over.
Chubby season.
Yeah, we got hooked up. Check out Insane Labs. Check out our links for Insane Labs. Great supplements to get you for the new year. Even great gifts for people that you may know that want to start off the new year fresh and get a new workout regimen. So we're gonna be hitting it hard, and we're gonna be trading, and this will be us pretty soon.
Yeah.
Check this out.
Oish.
Yeah, you're like, maybe not. So yeah, it's big about Keith Lee's about 300 pounds.
Yeah.
And Mia Yim is
probably
like
190.
No, probably like 160, I would say.
Uh-oh.
Well, she has a bit of muscle, so maybe she's like
yeah, that's what I
180.
thought. It's like more muscle.
Yeah, so and there
Jesus.
are people like I said, you want to say wrestling's fake? Like I can tell you. Guess what? I'm gonna pick you up and I'm gonna slam you.
Yeah.
That part can be scripted, but guess what? When you get picked up and slammed, that shit hurts. When I first got slammed in a ring, I was 13 years old. I got a concussion that night. I didn't know it was concussion until I told you and we talked about it because I was like, yeah, my head was hurting all night. I couldn't even pay attention. That night was a daze. I was throwing up. You're like, you got a concussion.
Yeah,
and I was like, oh shit, I did get a concussion, but it's because I was supposed to tuck my head in where my head doesn't hit. When you're supposed to learn that's where the part of talent and like the entertainment part comes in. Not fake, just you're supposed to learn to take a fall mostly with your shoulders and your head up so your head doesn't bounce off the mat. People think it's just like people think a wrestling ring is just like a trampoline with carpet on it. No, it's like there's metal bars. There's one giant spring that's mainly just for recoil. And then there's wooden 2x4s all across the ring with a rubber mat and a thin layer of padded canvas. So when you get bumped on that ring, you feel, you're basically getting bumped on a wooden porch.
Yeah. Ouch.
Anyway.
She literally said, like, don't go easy on me.
Yeah, that was crazy. And this, I love octopus. I love, this is probably one of my favorite sea creatures, and one that I love seafood. I wouldn't eat octopus just because they're just things.
Wow.
That's pretty cool. We don't care
Impressive.
about that song.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll get copyrighted.
So
So if you see ads on this video, we're not making the money. The freaking bullshit people are.
Yeah.
Anyway.
What the?
This reminds me of our cat. This is a fat cat
No.
just rolling on his back.
No, sir.
Oh my.
Hey, you can't be doing that to Harvey. No.
So that dog got close to the cat, like because he like bit his
Look
leg.
at
He wanted to
that.
play.
Yeah.
The cat rolls over on his back and he can't even get up. He's so
That
fat.
is our cat.
Yes,
She's really fat.
Harvey is a big boy.
Harvey Slim Jim.
He had to rock himself up. Oh,
Oh my God.
He got a good 3 sit-ups.
This is the Chonks villain origin story.
Oh my God, Harvey trying to fight back.
Wow.
Harvey's swinging hard as fuck, not even close. Oh man.
Wow.
You got one more or what?
Yeah.
Oh, this was supposed to be a news story. We missed that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, you're supposed to be in charge of that, Galen. What's
Sorry.
going on? What's going on?
What is this though? Because now I'm intrigued.
So, artificial intelligence learned to read time on an analog clock. So apparently, it's hard for artificial intelligence to read time on an actual analog clock. So they basically in 2022, or 2021, almost 2022,
Yeah.
it was in November, just discovered how to read time. So basically, artificial intelligence is getting smarter. But I don't understand why people are so like worried about artificial intelligence taking over the world. They just learned how to read a clock.
That's true. I was like, wait, like recently?
They're gonna come for me first now. That was basically the point I
Wow.
wanted to make on that. Like they just
Yeah.
learned how to read a clock, and we're worried about them taking over the world.
Yeah. It's like, what?
Okay. Yeah, now they're listening. They're plotting. They're plotting. They know now. They know. Okay. When we take over, we know the first person. Wow.
I have some videos.
Oh yeah, check it out. Let's check it out.
Damn snake won't bite me. You know why? Because I got the best moonshine around. This bitch is too scared to bite me. Look at him. Bite me, boy. Bite me. Ooh.
Got that white lightning. Oh my God. Whose pappy is this?
Who's Pappy? Somebody
You look
come
like
get
a-
your Pappy. That was hilarious.
Like a skinny Garth Brooks.
Bite
Yeah,
me.
somebody come get your pappy. He's playing with the snake again.
Oh my God. There's a snake in his butt.
So, I want to know.
You're only 3% Italian?
No.
I'm right, you're 3%. No, this is you. You're 3% Italian, 18% German, 54% French.
French, German. Are you sure it's
Look, this
Me?
is mine over here.
and not that cat didn't?
I'm 5% Italian. I'm more Italian than you. Oh. I'm 5% Italian. You're 3% Italian.
Something wrong.
This is the couple
That
I was
was-
telling you about.
That was
right?
literally
The-
me.
the
Yeah.
Italian- yes, I
Yep.
love this couple on
Yeah.
TikTok. They're freaking hilarious.
Yeah, that was
Like when
literally.
he's eating the raw oatmeal, and
Yeah.
he's like, I can't, you put avocado on your pasta, I can't drink a raw oatmeal.
This is literally me though. Whenever we did our 23andMe, and like before that.
Is he
What?
really 3% Italian? Because
No,
that's,
did you read the caption at the
oh,
beginning?
it was fake.
It was faked. Yeah.
No, but that was literally me. I literally thought my whole life I was more Italian than I was, and
Yeah.
that's exact. That's why it freaked me out at first. 'Cause
Yeah.
I literally found out I was 3% Italian. I was like, what? I thought it was more than
This
that.
is this your DNA test?
Yeah, this is me. Well, I'm not French or nothing.
Oh.
It's mainly just Italian, Native American.
Yeah.
What did I say? Oh, Central Asian.
Yeah.
Or North African. Middle Eastern. Whatever you want to say.
Yeah.
And then Native American. So basically, from 2 parts of the world, people, I got it covered.
Yes.
Got it covered. I even got some Filipino in there. I even got some Egyptian in there. Got it covered. I'm like the melting. What people would call me the melting pot.
Yeah.
So they called me. Call me the melting pot. Use your imagination. Why?
Babe, I've been trying to say something.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go
That
ahead.
literally, this was how she reacted when she found out she was 2% more Italian than you. That was me when I found out I was more Native American than you. Because you're like, oh, I'm 29% Native American. I get mine back. I'm like, oh, I'm 32.
Yeah, but at least I know where mine comes from.
Yeah, but It's not my fault
know
that they
down
need
to
my
the
dad's
tribe.
DNA to be able to tell me though.
It's your fault for being a woman.
Wow.
I'm just kidding.
Wow. Okay.
I'm sorry. This is terrible.
Next video.
It was at this moment that he knew he fucked up.
Did you see how much it was
at this
pumping?
moment
Look
he
at that
knew
fucking.
He fucked up.
Ugh. Who is that in the background?
I
Actually?
know who's like nutting in the background, like, oh, you got it.
We'd like to take a moment now and thank the sponsors of our show, and that is NordVPN. It's crazy. Even when you think you cleared out your browser history, internet hackers and your service provider can still see what you're searching. Talk about no privacy. That's why you need a dependable VPN. NordVPN is easy to use. You can enable it with one click, or you can set it to auto-enable, where it'll automatically turn on while you surf the web. You never have to worry about if other people can see what you're doing. You can set yourself to a different location, any country, city, or region. That way, if people out there feel the need to track where you're located, you don't have to worry about all that craziness. If you already have a VPN that you use, guess what? Not all VPNs run at the same speed. Kind of similar to your internet service provider. They're all different. You can have the fastest internet, and your VPN can be the one thing that's slowing you down. To get started, you can head to the link in our description down below. Click the link and you can get a huge discount on 2 and 1 year plans, and there's also a 30-day money-back guarantee. Start getting the internet web privacy you need today. Now, back to the show.
Oh, I thought this was. I've seen so many edits of this.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So-
That's the original video, right?
This is the original video, but there's something that I want to analyze on this because
Well, I've actually they came out and they know the person. Her name is it Sabrina? Yeah,
Yeah.
Sabrina. Yeah, and she's just like she's a normal person.
I know, but there's like conspiracies going on because there's other videos that are popping up that people are like duetting and stitching that like apparently that stain there on the floor apparently like has been confirmed by like medical people that that's like what a dried up blood stain looks like. And there's been other videos that have been removed at this time that literally she's like dancing in front of like a TV and it has like little squares on it where it looks like cameras. And like at one point there was like one that people have screenshots because she's taken down the videos, but it looks like there's like children in the cameras. And then there's like these in other like views of the home or where whatever this is. I don't know what this is, but there's like what looks like light coming from underneath, like from a vent. So I don't know.
But then I saw videos where they checked on her and they checked everything and everything turned out like.
Oh well, see, maybe you saw the aftermath, but I saw the before.
Yeah, that everyone was saying like stop the conspiracies. Like they went and checked. And,
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
I don't
That's kind of threw me for a loop there. I didn't know that's where you were going with that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Caught you off guard, I could tell.
Yeah, I like because I was actually kind of like, oh, okay, just like
Yeah.
that's their way of getting out there, putting themselves out there in the world, and if
Yeah.
that's the way they want to do it. Hey, it's working, and I thought they were pretty cool for that. But I could have been complimenting a serial fucking murderer.
Yeah.
That's scary. That's scary, man. Who knows? Like I said, we never know what people are behind closed doors. All right, so we got these, I guess, space questions or UFO questions
Yeah.
we're going to ask. But first, we get seen a little crazy things out here in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
Well, did you see the first one or did you see the second one?
I saw the first one and then I saw the second one.
You want to explain or you want me to?
You can explain it. What?
I don't know. I mean, so, first of all, I want to say anything in the sky, I'm always looking up in the sky. I love, especially out here, there's no, there's not that much exhaust pollution as there is in the cities and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You can see the stars clear as day at night. And, sometimes when it's cloudy, you can't. But when it's not cloudy and it's clear skies, it's like a freaking planetarium. I love it. I love looking up in the sky out here
Yeah.
at night. With that being said, I always look up and I always notice, I know the stars are on here. I see, the way the constellations, travel. And I always see all the planes that travel around. There's lots of planes. Day and night, there's planes that travel all around here. Yeah. So I know what a plane looks like. And I know legally a plane's supposed to have flashing lights on it. So usually when you see something in the sky moving, flashing lights is a plane. Some planes even, or I don't even know if all planes have it, but some you can see that they have the red light, they have the green light, they're flashing back and forth. You can see that. When there's something that looks like a star, that looks like a dome light that's a star, but it's moving at a certain speed, that's not a plane.
No
right?
flashing lights.
No flashing lights. Just like almost like it has a spotlight on it, or it's like looks like any star in the sky.
That's what I was gonna say. It just looked like a really bright
It
star.
looked like a really bright star, like one of these guys, but it was moving in a straight path.
Yeah.
Like a plane, but like I said, didn't have anything that signifies that it's a plane. And usually, it's so quiet out here. It's so like peaceful and quiet out here that there's woods. And, you know, I'm gonna actually I recorded this video. Let me play how scary it can be out here. So yeah, it is peaceful out here and it's quiet. So even when planes are way up in the sky and they're flying, you can still kind of hear faintly the sound of it because those planes are so loud. You can hear the sound of it from the ground. You know what I mean? You can faintly hear it, and some fly lower to the ground. You can hear it loud.
Yeah.
That was not a plane. It was quiet.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it hovered. And then whenever I spotted out to you and we were looking, it literally flew right over us. And then there was some clouds, so it went through the clouds, but it should have went through the clouds and back to the other side of the clouds, because the cloud that it went through was the thin cloud. So we clearly would have seen it go through the clouds and then come out the other side. However, when it started hovering over us, I noticed that not only did it look like it was going straight, it looked like it was going straight and up.
Yeah.
So by the time it's like the cloud was the thing to like make it like, oh, this is my chance.
Yeah.
As soon as it hit that clouds, it's like it gone.
Yeah,
it didn't even come out the other side, because if it was a plane, if it was flying straight, we would have seen it go through and then come out the other side. Even when the clouds are moving, we can see a cloud cover a certain star and then pass it, and then the star's still there. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But this, it just like that cloud, like I said, that cloud was a chance for it to just go back up.
Yeah, it saw the opportunity and it took it.
Yeah, and then we told ourselves we're not going to talk about it. We're just going to see. We're just going to not mention it.
We kept it to ourselves.
We kept it to ourselves because, you know, let's be honest. In my wild fantasy mind, I was like, maybe if we keep it to ourselves, they'll want to come down and talk to us and we'll help them out. But, you know, that's not the case.
Yeah.
So here we are. But the crazy thing was, we still wouldn't have brought it up on the podcast. We still wouldn't have. The only reason why we did is because the next time we chose to talk about it, we were both standing outside. And I'm looking up and I'm looking around and I'm like, there it is. I don't know if it was the same one, but it looked like it. And I was like,
Similar.
there it is again. And I got it on camera. But I mean, that's why UFO cameras are shitty, because it's so hard for me to film and stuff. So I have the footage. If anyone wants to see the footage, I'll show it to you, or I'll put it up if people ask. But I'm not gonna put the footage up on this because it just looks like a shitty camera footage of a star. Like it says, it looks just like a star moving.
Yeah.
And then so I have that, and I was, you know, I'm narrating, recording as it's going on, but as we like brought it up and started talking about it again, it was hovering over us and just like still.
Yeah.
And then when it's like it heard us talking about it, it was
say,
like, oh shit, I gotta go.
You.
Yeah, exactly. It's just like, it blows my mind.
Yeah.
And it just bothers me that, like, you know, just people just don't realize that they like, there's so much possibility out there, and you know,
it's not.
We
I
shouldn't think we know it all.
Yeah, the only reason why they don't realize it is because they don't take the time to think about it. They just don't think about stuff like that. So,
and the Pentagon released statements saying that hey, there are UFOs out there. We can't explain what they are. Well, those were definitely it.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was quite a double experience.
Quite an experience.
Yeah, and I really hope to see more. Like I said, hey, they want to be they're listening. Hey, you can come and do what you gotta do. You know, take some samples. You know, we'll help you out. You know what I mean?
Oh my god.
Yeah, just take us to I don't know. Is there a planet of like, I don't know. What do you?
I don't know.
Planet of strawberries and rainbows. I don't know. I
Yeah.
don't even know. Like I said, I try to come up with comedic things on the spot, but I can't. I'm not a comedian.
Technically, we are.
Technically, we are. Comedians had no longer have a monopoly on comedy, as Giannis Papa said.
Yeah.
Technically, you have a camera, you have a microphone, you
You're a
crack
comedian.
some jokes to make some people laugh here and there. You're a comedian nowadays.
Yeah.
Come at me. I'm just kidding.
So, some UFO questions.
Yeah, let's go. What we got?
Okay, so what is your favorite constellation?
Probably like Orion or the Geminis or the Little Dipper because it's harder. Or no, I would say the Big Dipper is harder to spot than the Little Dipper, but the Little Dipper is easiest to spot. Little Dipper and Orion's belt are easiest to spot in the sky. But yeah, probably Orion or Gemini.
Yeah, I was gonna say Leo.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Gemini too,
Yeah.
and Little Dipper. I like Little Dipper.
Yeah, I mean that's what I missed about, or that's what originally got me into like astronomy and like space and stuff is just the planetarium when I was in elementary school. It was like one of those big inflatable planetariums that you had to crawl in through like the little tube, and then they showed like the different phases of the constellation and stuff like that. That just amazed me as a kid, and I've been into it ever since. So yeah, it's pretty cool.
Nice.
Isn't there a question about astronomy? Have I ever took an astronomy course? I think I saw that reading the notes. So I can just go ahead and bring it now. So yeah, so in elementary school, that's when I started getting into astronomy. And then when I was in college, I changed my major like 4 times. First, I went there for management information systems. Then I changed it to kinesiology. Then I changed it to criminal justice. I think there was something else in there in between that I changed it to. I can't remember. It was some kind of business, something about business that I wanted to change it to before. But anyway, regardless, at one point I took an astronomy class when I was getting already fed up with criminal justice. I'm like, man, I couldn't find what I wanted to do. And that's the problem with college is they just throw you and they're like, there you go, figure it out. It's like, basically. I don't even fucking, what? Like, you know what I mean? So I was like, maybe astronomy is maybe that's the thing. Maybe that's the key.
Yeah.
Originally, what I should have went to, I wanted to go to Art Institute of Houston. And I wanted to be a music producer or some kind of producer. I wanted to be a producer. That was my goal. But then, things changed. I ended up getting accepted to University A&M. And then I went there, financial aid. They gave me a buttload of money. And I'm just like freaking 18-year-old that went crazy. Just like, that's why the college system is crazy. It's messed up. But anyway, my point. Yeah. I'm sorry. But so, yeah, I wanted to take astronomy. And I realized astronomy is a lot more math than it is exploring and anything else. We were trying to like find the distance between stars using all kinds of math equations. I was like, what?
It's like, I'm just here to learn about the stars, not
so,
how far apart they are.
Yeah, exactly. So props to anyone dealing with that. But that was just crazy. And but I did get to use a 3-story like telescope and saw Jupiter and Saturn.
Oh
and all
wow,
that.
that's another question. If you've ever used a telescope and what you saw.
Ah, there we go. So there we go. Covered 3 questions there.
Yeah.
You're welcome. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, I guess I can add in that I've never taken any astronomy course and I've never looked into a telescope. So that's that.
Oh, well, have you ever? You said your favorite constellation.
Yeah.
Oh well. All right.
All right
awesome.
then. Do you ever wish on stars?
If I see a shooting star, yeah.
I've seen a shooting star once in my life, which is another question. Man, we're just banging all these out.
Yeah.
And
I'm bringing out. For
yeah, and so I've actually seen a shooting star before, and so yeah, I've made a wish.
I've seen a comet.
So what? A what?
A comet.
Oh yeah.
Like a fireball.
Oh wow.
In San Antonio, actually.
Whoa.
Yeah, I was just outside smoking a cigarette, and I look up. I'm like, oh shit.
Oh, just a fireball.
Yeah, not new.
Oh man.
Earth, we live in a shooting gallery, and you know something that's crazy? Actually, speaking of Jupiter, it's actually Jupiter's kind of works like, maybe that's why in Greek mythology they looked at Jupiter as God, and they didn't even have the technology or the telescopes to know this, but Jupiter is kind of like a protector of Earth. So Earth, the Milky Way galaxy is in an asteroid shooting gallery. There's so many asteroids, that's why there's meteorites and shit that come through, all the time. They're just never big enough to make an actual impact on a news story.
Yeah.
But meteorites come through all the time. I think, remember the old show 1,000 Ways to Die when one of the ways was a dude literally was standing outside his backyard smoking a cigarette, and just by chance, 1 in a billion of chance, the meteor came down and went right through his chest. Like,
yeah,
hey, that happens.
Yeah, I guess, right.
But it's actually the gravity of Jupiter that basically holds a lot of the meteors in place.
Yeah.
Kind of protecting it from going into Earth's orbit into So like, yeah, basically a lot of meteors are stuck in
Yeah.
Jupiter's orbit that they kind of like protect Earth
Oh,
from this
wow.
shooting gallery of meteors
Interesting.
and stuff that we live in.
Yeah.
And nobody
Man.
talks about this.
Exactly,
You know, like
right?
even Joe Rogan has the joke, you know, he's already said on his special, so I think I can say it. But he has a joke, like we live in a floating ball that's floating through space and time, powered by a giant fireball. Like
Yeah.
that gives us energy. You
Yeah.
know, and then if we get too much from it, we can get cancer. I think that's
Quit being
somewhere
in
of the joke. I
denial,
won't,
people.
yeah, Joe's a professional. So I won't
Joe's
say it as I won't say it as good as him, but go look it up.
Yeah.
It's great.
If you could vacation to the moon, would you?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Me too.
For sure.
Me too. I feel like it's safe because people have been on the moon, right?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, a few people. You know, I even say when I die, hey, y'all can keep some of my ashes, you know, but then shoot the rest up to space.
Mm.
You know.
Okay, yeah.
Maybe I'll end up.
I've
on the
looked
moon.
into it before. Yeah,
Maybe
for
I'll-
sure.
Maybe I'll end up there. Maybe some alien race, a million years from now, will find my ashes and put them together, and I'll be reborn again.
Whoa, a planet of you? Just a bunch of yous?
That'd be crazy. Technically, you're reborn again after death, I think. So
Yeah.
we'll see how it goes, people. We'll see you on the other side. Anyway,
When do you think the first astronaut will step foot on Mars?
I think it's gonna be it'll be a long time.
Really?
Probably another 20 years.
20?
Well, hopefully in our lifetime, but it'll be another.
Yeah.
Elon
I was
Musk.
gonna say hopefully within 10.
I love Elon Musk. He's genius, but sometimes he's low for shit. You know, he's like, oh, we're gonna have implants that Neuralink implant within the next 2 years. He said. I was like, okay.
All
And I think
right.
that was 2 years ago. He said that on Joe Rogan. It's like, okay, dude, come on. Like, just be realistic.
I thought this was something he just
be like,
said.
hey, I'm working on the future. Okay, people, it's gonna take some time.
Yeah.
But he's like, no, it's gonna be done in 5 years. It's like, really, dude.
That's so funny.
Okay. So it's either the fact that we were talking crap about artificial intelligence or the fact that we're talking about aliens, but our recorder just shut off again.
Yeah.
Kind of for no specific reason. I just kind of like pulled the cord. That's never been an issue.
Yeah.
It shut off and
That's.
we had
I wasn't even near the recorder earlier.
and it turned off.
And it turned off.
Yeah, and then it wouldn't turn back on. Like it's every time it turned on, it just shut off for no reason. So we had to.
They're
figure
like,
it
all
out.
right, it's time to cut this short.
Almost like, right? Man, crazy stuff, people. Crazy stuff happen out here. Yeah, let's go through some more of these questions.
Okay. So, do you ever worry about space debris? Like, do you think we should like try to clean it up?
Yeah, well, I've said before, I think on the show, some of our older episodes, that I think that's what, well, I've heard it before too.
Yeah.
And great minds think alike, people. But that's what the Space Force should be used for, cleaning up some of that space debris. I think it was Neil
Yes.
deGrasse Tyson that said that.
Agreed.
So, yeah, it's true.
Don't we like? There's literally just like I know what you're talking about now. When you said we brought it up on a podcast before, there's
Yeah.
like a ring of trash just around our Earth.
The trash planet, man. That's what we're
Literally.
known to as the rest of the galaxy.
Yeah. Oh man. If you think so if there are aliens out there, do you think they're more like humanoid or they're like green and like big eyes, like how everybody like perceives them to be?
That's what I want to know because
Like the
it's
typical
like,
alien.
it's like we know they're out there. Like I said, there's UFOs that people see, like us. The Pentagon released documents saying, yeah, there are UFOs out there. So we know they're out there. But that's what I
Yeah.
want to know is how do they look? And I
Yeah.
mean, depending on how advanced they are, they could be humanoid or they're super advanced. They could just literally be a floating brain or a floating orb because they're so advanced. They don't need mouths. They don't need bodies. They don't need limbs. They can just do everything with their brain.
Just the main part, that's what everybody else, that's like what
Yeah,
the body
they
is
just-
powered on.
They communicate by, freaking telekinetically, and they do everything
Yeah.
telepathically,
Yeah.
and they do everything telekinetically.
Yeah. Like they don't even talk.
Yeah.
They just like how you just said.
Could be that. Or they could, if they're just, a couple like thousands of more years advanced than us, they may still be humanoids. But, that's why they say they have, shorter mouths or, the aliens that you see or the ones in depictions like our friend Cosmo over there, the big eyes and, scrawny body. 'Cause
What you
it's
see like when you Google search alien.
yeah, it's like when you're in space, you kind of almost don't need muscle because it's like you don't like there's no gravity and stuff. So it's like that's why they kind of
Yeah.
when you're in space, that's why astronauts have to like constantly work out and stuff too, so they don't lose bone density
True.
and like muscle mass and stuff. So
Yeah.
they're constantly. That's why aliens are always depictions are always like skinny creatures because of course they will have no.
Yeah.
They'll be smaller from always being in space.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I
For
mean?
sure. Yeah. Man.
And but to be honest, if you really ask me, I think, like I said, we're talking about the metaverse and we're talking about Ready Player One. If these species are so advanced, they're not sending themselves over here. I think that a lot of UFOs and a lot of aliens are basically like kind of like live AI creatures that they, I think it's like basically like it could, in our terms, it'd be like a robot. It's like
Yeah.
but in their terms, it's not as simple as a robot. It's probably like a actual human that they could, that they cloned or something, but they can still AI or artificially, connect to
Yep.
and control. It's probably that advanced for them. But in our terms, let's say robot. Let's say they have a robot that they essentially have a VR headset or they're playing a video game and they're in this world and they're trying to complete the missions in this world. I think that's what it is. They're not sending themselves. These alien species are basically playing VR. And it's like, that's what we would do, right?
That's scary.
It's like,
yeah.
Think about if we wanted to go beyond Mars and stuff, like Jupiter, all the atmosphere is Jupiter is like gas. It's inhabitable.
Yeah.
So we wouldn't send ourselves there, but we can create a robot-like creature that we can control. They can go in there and look through some shit. And how are we going to control it 1,000 or 100 years from now, even through VR?
Yep.
We're literally that's going to be the new age of video games, Video games are going to turn into just like, they already use video games. They already use Xbox controllers in the Air Force and stuff or like in submarines because it works better.
Yeah.
Not
You're going to
the
be
Air
able to
Force,
have
the
like
Navy.
the suits where you can like feel like actual touch and like when something happens.
Yeah. So
like,
there we go. Metaverse.
Yeah, literally. So crazy.
The Ready Player One is going to be us in other planets searching it through VR.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Wow.
So, of course, if we would do that, they would do something like that.
Yep.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's my rant.
If you could design your own planet, what would the environment be like?
I would say Subnautica.
Oh, wow.
Mostly ocean with just like 2 islands.
Wow.
But that would be super scary.
Yeah.
Because Subnautica, the game Subnautica, like I said, one of the best survival games of all time. Freaking scary.
Yeah.
So I would probably opt for more like I don't know, that's hard. A lot of shrooms.
Yeah.
Like this. Honestly, like this. This planet looks pretty cool.
Oh yeah.
This would be it.
Mm-hmm.
This would be it.
Mine would be like maybe just like a bunch of nature, like trees, like mainly forest. And then like you just have like my one big castle.
Right.
In the middle of it.
No, I want the house right there. We'll put it on top of that
yeah.
rock. Or maybe right here.
Uses this as template for new planet.
Yeah, there we go. You're like, do this.
Nice.
But everywhere.
Yeah. Do you think people will ever be able to travel faster than the speed of light? I don't think so, buddy.
Oh, no, only Star Wars and Star Trek. That's hard. Like I said, like we've said,
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Like we've said before on this podcast, it's like we've only traveled 1.3 light seconds away from Earth, humans.
Yeah.
And it's like 90 billion or 90 million years across the observable universe.
Yeah.
Crazy stuff, man. So no, I mean maybe one day, maybe thousands of years from now, when this podcast is in an old dusty museum and some kid is in high school, a million years from now, and they're like, oh, I'm gonna do a report on, this big podcast craze that happened in the year 2020s and around that time, and they come across our old flash drive or who knows what it'd be by then.
And we're talking about this right now.
Yeah, and they're doing a school report.
They're like, huh.
So some kid right now, a million years from now, is doing a report on us. Doing a school report. There was this podcast in the year 2021 called the CayVin Universe. These 2 weird people just talking about their problems in the year 2020.
Sometimes they make me sad. Sometimes they make me happy.
Yeah. It's going to be like retro.
Yeah.
It's going to be like, we're going to be retro a million years from now.
Oh, yeah. I can't even imagine that.
Thank you.
Were you upset when Pluto lost its status as a planet? I mean, I didn't take it personal, but
I mean, it's just like when I first heard, I was like, "Why? Like,
yeah,
just leave it."
Me too. Yeah, it's like, dude, it's already been a planet.
Poor
Don't
Pluto.
just fucking take it away from him.
But it did make a great Rick and Morty episode.
Yeah, I think I like vaguely remember that
It's
episode.
one
I
of
need to
my
watch
favorite
Rick and Morty
episodes.
again. Yeah.
King Flippy Nips. I think that's what it was. Name was. You gotta watch it again.
Yeah, for sure.
Father.
Have you ever visited a space museum? You mean
Houston.
like NASA? Yeah.
Yes, in Houston.
Yeah.
That's
nostalgic for me. I've been there once in my life, and I would go back tomorrow if I could.
You know how Assassin's Creed has that discovery tour? Like Assassin's Creed Valhalla has a discovery tour where you can actually, it's not playing the game. It's like playing the game, but in like real historical, like they teach you, like you go to certain points and they teach you what this is about. Even or Assassin's Creed Origins did that, teaching you about the pyramids and stuff.
Yeah.
Like they should have like the space station and NASA and all this shit. Like, I know we talked about VR a lot, but it's like, let's face it, it's the future.
Yeah,
they should
true.
have some kind of VR where you could travel there. Like, if you can't go in person, especially nowadays with the pandemic, and I know the pandemic's practically over, but still people, it's still going to be shady for the next
Yeah.
few years.
Oh, yeah.
So, I wish there was a way to visit this place, because when I think back at that as a kid, man, I was just so amazed. And I think we don't have that nowadays. We don't have those things that you can just go to and just be
Yep.
amazed, and that's what sparks that creativity.
Yep, exactly. I was thinking the same thing. Like, it was such like an incredible experience for me.
Yeah.
That's why I said, like, I'll go back tomorrow if I could.
Yeah, exactly.
It's amazing. Is Area 51 an alien base?
Oh, for sure.
Oh, for sure.
For sure.
For sure. Easy one.
Yeah, look up Bob Lazar. Actually, you can look up the Bob Lazar Joe Rogan interview. That's a really good one.
Oh, yeah. I've seen some of it.
Yeah, look up Bob Lazar and Joe Rogan, and you will be amazed.
Yeah.
Yep.
Do you believe people who said they've been abducted by aliens?
So that's the problem. And speaking of Bob Lazar and Joe Rogan, that actually came up on that one. And I agree with Joe, is there are people that probably do get abducted by aliens and are probably real.
Yeah.
And then there's people that are full of shit.
Yeah.
It's just crazy.
And it's
But that's just like
because
anything.
it's because those people that are full of shit are known to be full of shit that nobody believes the other people who are probably telling the truth.
Yeah, that's the problem with conspiracies too. Is a conspiracy can be 99% truth or 99% of a fact.
Yeah.
But a fact can't be a fact unless you're 100%.
True.
So a conspiracy can be, you have all this laid out, and I'm 99% sure.
Yeah.
This is real. Or are you 100% sure? Then it's a conspiracy.
Yeah, exactly.
If you're 100% sure, it'd be a fact. But that's why a lot of
Yeah.
conspiracies and a lot of, like I said, people, it gets flagged, because basically there's all those conspiracies out there. We're gonna do an actual conspiracy episode. I know
Yeah,
we're
we
just
are.
talking about aliens and UFOs in space, but we're gonna do more about more conspiracies, because
Yeah.
there's so many out there. There has to be some truth, of course.
Yep.
You know?
For sure. Yep.
Statistically, if you're talking statistics,
There's a reason why people think it's the truth.
yeah, there's 100 conspiracies out there. So
Yeah.
statistically, there's a couple of them that are truth.
Yep. That's true. Wow. Do you think that there are other universes?
Another one, for sure.
For at least another one, for sure. Yeah, I feel like there's just so much space, like literally, like no pun intended. There's so much space out there, like that. There's no telling what's there.
I gotta look more into it, but I read an article, and then I even saw your brother Calvin posted an article about that they discovered another universe that time goes backwards, and I didn't even think I brought it up on this podcast before, because and I'm gonna do it, because when I start seeing things that spark my curiosity,
Yeah.
I'll look into it, and then I'll go like a deep dive.
Yeah.
So I think I need to take a deep dive in that, because I think, because I'm pretty sure it's been proven that parallel universes do exist too.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I don't want you to have to look it up. Normally we would, but we've been going on for a while, so we'll just save that. But yeah. I'm pretty sure other universes. As big as space is, there's definitely other universes.
Yeah.
My question that I want to know is: are there parallel universes? Is there another me, another you?
Oh yeah.
And yeah,
Clones and shit.
exactly. They look like us, like Jet
Yeah.
Li, the one.
Like Us, the movie Us. When they're living underneath, right? But they're like
yes, kind of
Yep.
like that. Yeah,
Yep, exactly.
yeah. But I was like, have you seen the movie The One by Jet Li, where he's like
No.
basically he's him, but he's like a different type of person in every universe. So the bad version of him, of course, statistically, there's multiple versions of you. There's one's got to be an evil version.
Yeah.
Goes and he's traveling to all these universes, and he's killing basically himself in all these universes, because the more he kills himself in all these universes, the more powerful he gets.
Oh.
So he's basically going to try and take
that's
him out until
interesting.
it's just him and the good Jet Li.
I'd go take all of them me's out too.
No, I want to be friends with me. I have him on a group chat.
I'd find one. I would find a group chat.
Can you imagine having yous from all different universes in a group chat?
That'd be awesome.
Yeah,
For sure.
there's probably me and you that are in A-dubs right now. There's probably a version where you're women's champ and I'm AEW champ.
Oh
Yet
my
we got
God.
stuck with these lives.
Relationship
No, I'm
goals.
just kidding. Right?
Oh my gosh. So, do you think we should be actively searching for alien life?
I think they already found us.
That's true. We're looking for them, and they already.
Yeah.
Simple as that.
Yeah.
Have you ever tasted astronaut food? Yes.
Yeah, we did on the podcast.
We did on the podcast. We
Yeah, go
tried
and check
some
that out. I don't know what
ice
episode it
cream,
was.
ice cream sandwich.
Yeah, and apparently they don't really eat that in space though.
Oh.
Which sucks, but it's still kind of cool.
Yeah.
It's like a novelty item.
Basically, yeah, it's like it was just like freeze dried or something,
Yeah, they
right?
basically eat real food in space, but
Yeah.
it just like
It's-
floats.
yeah.
And they have apparently they have a lot of hot sauce in space. That's one thing I learned. They have like a whole shelf of just all different hot sauce because that's
Oh.
like really the only thing you can taste in space because you lose a sense of your smell
Yeah.
and taste, of course. So like that's why they put hot sauce on everything because like that's really
Oh
the only
my
thing you can
god,
taste
that's
in
so
space.
crazy.
Yeah,
What the heck?
yeah.
We kind of already answered this one. Would you want to go to space if you had the opportunity?
Oh, if I had the
Of
opportunity, for sure. I would
course.
if I had the opportunity to go to Mars and never come back and colonize it, I would.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, but I mean, it have to be a certain time and place, and things have
Yeah.
to be set in stone. But you know, at the end of the day, I would.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was the moon landing fake?
So, I think this is I'm split because I think the moon landing was real, but I think the footage was fake because
Oh.
yeah, we have the capability to go to space, but did we really have the capability to live stream it in like 1969?
Yeah. That's so crazy that you. But I mean, they have like. I mean, the footage that they have is really bad though.
Yeah, and the
So-
footage. There's been some things.
And there
about
was
the footage
TV
being
and
fake.
stuff back then.
Yeah, but like we have freaking as fast a speed as we can out here, and we'll have a hard time live streaming. It'd be lagging. You telling me that live stream all those years ago?
True.
They didn't even have. Freaking,
When you put it that way.
they didn't even have dial-up internet yet. You telling me they could have done that? So for sure, I'm not saying for sure, 99% that the moon landing
Yeah.
was.
They're like the moon landing's gonna be streamed on Facebook Live.
Because I believe it could have happened because war is a certain thing, right? And it wasn't a war. It was. Well, I mean, was it during the time of the Cold War? Regardless, it kind of was a battle getting to the moon because it was like who's gonna get there first? It's gonna be Russia. It's gonna be China just barely got there, didn't they? Or
I think yeah.
Yeah. See, we've been going on too long. It was either I think it was U.S. and Russia. It was either you and Russia. I'm not sure if China was in the mix. They may have been. I may have got it wrong. People may be like, "What the fuck are you talking about? You don't even know what you're talking about." This is the beauty of a podcast, people.
Yeah.
But anyway, it was a race to get to the moon first. So of course it happened because if we wouldn't have done it, somebody else would have done it, and they would have been the first to stick their flag, and history probably would have been different.
Yep.
But of course it happened because it was all about basically supremacy.
Yeah.
Kind of like a war. What's war about? Supremacy. Getting to the moon was about supremacy. So of course America wanted to. Oh, we'll do it.
Yeah.
So,
they got to be first.
Yeah, exactly. So I think it
if
happened.
you ain't first, you're last.
Yeah, and of course they wanted to. It's like kind of like add salt to the wound.
Yeah.
Add insult to injury by saying, "Oh, we're gonna, stream it. You can see him step foot. Probably was a delay. They said or something. Who knows? I wasn't alive back then, but come on, the footage has to be fake.
Yeah.
But I think it really happened.
Yeah.
So and I think that's
I can agree with you.
Yeah, and I think because of that, people can say it didn't happen at all because it's like, oh, like conspiracy. If that's fake, then that must be fake.
Yeah. It's like Pixar. It didn't happen.
Yeah, exactly. And there's a whole crew. Like you're telling me, this whole crew of people kept it secret for all this time that it was fake. No, it really happened, people. But the footage. Debatable.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh man. So okay, like this is the last one. Would you ever consider joining would you ever consider joining a real life space force?
Yeah, we're good. If it was a space force,
depending on the mission.
Yeah, because I don't know if it's gonna be an actual like another tier. Or it's gonna be an extension of the Air Force. So it's like if you were like, it's like being a FBI agent. It's like I was going to school for criminal justice because I was watched Law and Order with my mom growing up, and I liked it. And I wanted to be, and then I saw on the show like how there's real like drama and they help people and stuff. So that's what I wanted. The thing fell. But anyway, yeah, and then I find out when you get into that, it's like, oh, you have to do all these steps to actually be an FBI agent. You have to be a cop. Well, then why am I here in college? Why don't I just go to the police academy?
Exactly.
But anyway, it's kind of, if they make you do that with the Space Force, like you have to be in the Air Force, you have to get a certain rank and do all that, then go to the Space Force.
Yeah.
It's like, no.
There's no point.
Yeah, exactly. But other than that, shoot me to space.
Yeah.
I'll be up there.
I love that.
What's that movie? With the space, it's like kind of like a Space Force, but they have those big spider-like creatures that go on your brain like.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
What's it called? It's like an alien. It's not alien.
Your brother
but
would
it's like-
probably know.
Yes. Oh, they're like big spiders, and they freaking.
So if somebody's watching this podcast and they know.
Yeah, that's like what they're battling on this planet. What's it called? It's on the tip of my tongue. I don't know. Fuck. I don't know what it's called.
Can you Google it on your phone?
Nah, it's fine.
Okay.
What else we got?
I think that's all.
All right. Well, I hope you enjoyed this episode. I know I ranted a lot. It's been one of those. It's been a while since
Well,
so
yeah, we just
I had a lot on
hadn't.
my
We
mind.
haven't had one. Yeah, we
Yeah.
haven't done an episode. So
Yeah, and like I said, that's the speed of this podcast. If you're still listening, this is what you get. You know, this is us.
yeah,
And if you, like I said, if you're new, this is your first time listening to us. We hope you enjoyed. If you're still listening, or if you know a returning viewer, right?
yeah. If you're a
this is-
returning viewer,
yeah, this is what you get. It's us, and it's
Yeah.
pretty cool if you keep watching that you get to know us because
Mhm.
you know technically we'd be friends if we met in real life because you know a lot about us. So now
Yeah.
we need to know more about you. Send in your stuff, send in your submissions, your audios, your video submission, news clips, whatever you
Yeah.
got for us. Just send it. We'll find a way to integrate it
Yeah.
into the show. CayVinUniverse@gmail.com. Check out the Patreon bonus content. We have a hard
cheapest
time.
Patreon in the game, people.
Cheapest Patreon in the game. We're trying to work on putting more content in there, but it's just, you know, it's a lot of work. It's a full-time job, people. Technically, you know, putting it all together, controlling it. It's just us. You know, we are, you know, we don't have anybody else. Even our Instagram, like I said, rerun it. We're always on there.
Yeah.
You can catch me. You can catch Kaylin. You do the posting, but I'm usually the one you post on it, but I
You
scroll
scroll.
on it. Yeah, so I'm checking everything out, you know.
Yeah.
But then you get on it too and scroll
Yeah,
on
I
it
do.
too. But mainly, like, yeah. But so it's just us and
Yeah.
things like supporting the Patreon, things like buying our merch, things like checking out the sponsors.
Yeah.
That helps us keep going. That helps keep the lights on. That
Mhm.
helps keeps us in your screen, in
Yeah.
your phone, in your computer, wherever you're, you know, in your
Mhm.
ears, wherever you're listening or watching.
Mhm.
That is what helps us at the end of the day. I'm sorry, what were you gonna
Yeah,
say?
I was just gonna say, and the easiest thing you can do is just like, comment, subscribe
Exactly.
to our
E-
YouTube.
even if
Like
you-
it's
Yeah, even if you don't want to do that extra stuff, like, comment, subscribe. That's
Yeah.
gonna help us. All right, well, peace and love. You hear from us soon.
bye, guys.
And then I can always find it. Sometimes I just pause the video and find it like that. Why is the TV crooked?
What?
Why is the TV crooked? What are you doing?
Smiling?
Oh. It's like, why is the TV crooked? You're like, what?
No, smiling
Like a
like
ventriloquist
this, and then I
fall? Hey.
went and looked up at the
Alright,
TV.
good. Can we do that? But I'll pretend like I'm controlling you. Like,
Yeah.
"Hey, good."
Oh,
Oh.
look, there we go.
What?
What?